Hey everyone, welcome back to the What the Sid podcast. Today we have three members on the podcast. Today we have Soham, Avi, and Robert Kester, who is a special guest today, special Patreon supporter of my channel. So you all want to introduce yourselves once again?
Hi, my name is Soham Deshmukh.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Abhi.
My name's
Yep.
Robert.
Hi, Abby. Okay,
Hi,
so
everyone.
we're going to get started. Abby and Soham have been on my podcast a couple times ever since I started it, so they are reoccurring speakers, and I'm glad to have you all today on my podcast. And yeah, it's been a while since I made a podcast episode, probably because I never found time to create the script and stuff. But we are going to start talking. And it's episode 7. So yeah, we've done 7 episodes on this podcast. We just had our we just had our 1-year anniversary last month because when the Super Bowl happened, because I started recording this podcast on the Super Bowl of 2020, I think. No, 2019. So this is their second anniversary, I think. No.
I think 2020.
I think
it was February 2020. I recorded my first episode on the Super Bowl night. That's when I decided the name of this podcast also. So yeah, our 1-year anniversary is passed.
Hey,
So
congrats.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Robert?
I was just saying congrats, 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, I mean it was a month ago, so
Oh.
I mean we didn't record it. I didn't record a podcast then. So yeah. Just before we get started, this wasn't part of the script, but I was just looking at stories, like news stories, and I found out about a story on WhatsApp. So WhatsApp, a lot of people have been switching from WhatsApp to this other app. Wait, I forget what the name is called. Do any of you guys know what the name is?
Signal?
Yeah, Signal. Like millions of users have been switching from
I've heard
WhatsApp
about
to Signal.
now, or was it Telegram?
No, it was Signal. A bunch of people are switching from WhatsApp to Signal because WhatsApp came out with a new update with like new privacy privacy terms and conditions, saying that they're going to take your personal information and they're going to use it. So many people didn't like that, so then they stopped using WhatsApp. But I still use WhatsApp. But that was just a small story, sub story. But the main thing is that WhatsApp is finally adding video calls and audio calls to its desktop client. So if you have a WhatsApp app installed, like I do on your Windows laptop, Windows PC laptop, or Mac, you have the ability to do FaceTime calls and audio calls with your friends and family members. Right now, before it was in beta, so when it's gonna come out, it's going to only be compatible with one-to-one person video calling or one-to-one person audio calling, and in the future they're going to add like more people like they do with the current WhatsApp app. So, any of you people use the desktop client of WhatsApp a lot that might find this feature useful that WhatsApp is adding?
Yeah, I have WhatsApp on my MacBook, and I didn't really try it out yet, so I'm probably gonna try it out soon.
I barely use
Nice.
WhatsApp personally.
I mean, it would be good. Like, if you are on FaceTime on WhatsApp with the person for hours and hours, it'd be nice to use it on a laptop rather than on a phone because of, the bigger screen. Also, audio calls, some people don't, like the small screen, so maybe that might be a useful thing for them. Okay, so other than that, the first topic I want to talk about is Oppo. So if you don't know already, Oppo is a smartphone company in China. It was the second it holds the second biggest slice of the smartphone market share in China. Um, I mean, the phones are kind of good. They have the best. They boast about having the best camera on their smartphones. Their building headquarters, it looks so alien. Like, it looks very cool and unique compared to other buildings in Shenzhen, China. That's where they're located. But this is a very big step in architectural advancements. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks very futuristic. I mean, the whole building is going to be 3 separate towers. I mean, the maximum height of the whole building with all the towers together will be 200 meters, so 656 feet in for us Americans, with 42 floors. The total building, with all the 3 towers together, will be 606,955 square feet.
Whoa.
Or 185,000 square meters. This is pretty cool for Oppo and their company as a whole. So, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to share this link so you guys can see. Just give me a second here. Because you guys want to take a look at Oppo's new architectural advancements.
Where should the link pop up? Because all I see is the recording time or the name, and it just says leave recording.
I'm going to send you the link in like a DM.
Oh, DM, I'll find them.
Yes. So based on this, what are your thoughts? How would you think that buildings will look in the future? Maybe 20 years from now or 30 years from now, like just because of how much more advanced we are getting.
I think like buildings will like increase in like the amount of square feet or flooring
Yeah,
plates. Because of like the new
I
advancements
just
in
sent you guys
technology.
the.
Like there might be like
I
portable
just
desks or stuff.
Yeah, that might be a possibility. I mean, we already have a portable desktops. Like there's these like mouse, keyboard, and 17-inch monitor portable desktops that you actually can take, which is pretty cool. So if you check your DMs or if you check your iMessage chats, I sent you the link to the Oppo's new headquarters, so you can take a look at it on how it looks. Guys, taking a look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the first picture, the building looks like it basically like kind of stands out because most of the buildings in the first picture are just like squares and rectangles,
Mhm.
and then like that one's just like more. It gives it like a 3D feel and 3D look.
Yeah, if you look on the inside with the greenery and stuff and like the stairs up there.
Yeah, like since like if it's more vibrant on the inside, like it could also like improve the employees like
Mhm.
mood instead of like them being grouchy and stuff like that. So like it would probably be good if they added like a lot of vibrance and light and
Yeah,
added
that's
some
good.
nice features.
Yeah, overall, this is very big architectural advancement, and it looks very futuristic. I mean, it does stand out from the regular rectangular skyscrapers that we are used to seeing for the past like 20 years. Like, those were, the popular thing that people thought of as cool, and then now we just got this is whole new different thing. And the crazy thing is how they made the design round instead of blocky like the other buildings. Why do you think they would have chose that design for their building?
Can you repeat the question? I couldn't really hear because you were breaking up.
Oh, sorry. Why would they choose a circular round design for their building instead of a blocky design like all the other modern day buildings?
I think they kind of wanted to stand out and have like a better headquarter.
Yeah, like in one way, if that stands out and it looks really nice and like in its surroundings, and like chances are that it could be like unique in its own way when they start selling, like when they sell their iPhones. So
I mean, yeah, they sell China phones. This is the final building. But this they haven't completed it yet. It is still in construction. Down here it says that it is to be completed in early 2025. So I mean, by then it may look very weird for us now, but by then it'll look kind of normal and futuristic by then.
yeah.
The rooftop is reachable by the public, offering panoramic views of the city. Oh, that's probably why. You get, panoramic view, see large atrium spaces unite all occupants through visual connectivity, helping to foster collaboration between different departments of the company. The abundance of natural light, varied working environments, the diversity of routes for staff and visitors to move throughout the building are all conducive to creative engagement and spontaneity. That's what the design architect had to say about the building. This is really nice. So yeah, that is Oppo's new headquarters in Shenzhen, China, coming in early 2025. I mean, if you have any other questions or something, then like you can ask it in my Discord server, which will be down in the description below. Okay, so moving on to the next story. Looks like we had Robert jump off. Robert, are you okay with your internet connection there?
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Someone called me. Very annoying.
Uh,
I'm back now. What?
Might want
What
to put your little thing on do not disturb mode.
Yeah. What? So, what did I miss then? What happened?
I was just saying that they will the what's it called? I forgot the name. Oppo's new headquarters in Shenzhen, China, is currently in construction right now. It'll be it'll be completed in early 2025, which it'll look kind of normal and futuristic by then. I am hoping that And also it also won the competition. If you read in the title here, won the competition to the best design. They're having a competition on who wants to design new Oppo's new headquarters, and ZHA is the company that won this thing. Okay, so we are going to the next story. Okay, moving on here, we are switching gears to Sony. If you haven't heard of this Japanese company before, they make techs like TVs and smartphones. I'm sure you might have had a Sony product, but I can't confirm. Have any of you had a Sony product or TV or smartphone or whatever it is?
Yeah, I have a Sony TV.
Yeah, we have a Sony TV too, but we don't use it
Right.
that often.
Yeah, I used to have a Sony TV too. I mean, back when my parents got it in 2003, it was very, very old. It looked like, ancient, very ancient. But we trashed that and we got a new Samsung Smart TV in 2012. So good for us. And that TV is almost 10 years old. So yeah. I mean, yeah, this Japanese company, they made cameras back in the day, and maybe due to their larger sensors and like the quality of the pictures, they were applauded for how much quality a Sony camera can yield. So now they made another stride with cameras by being one of the first companies to create a 1-inch camera sensor that would perfectly create that bokeh or blur effect you see in some portrait mode pictures on iPhone. You get that bokeh blur effect. That's artificial. It is replicated by software and with the camera's hardware, but it's not perfect. Sony has made this perfect bokeh. Nowadays, smartphones have to use software to artificially replicate it, like I said before. And when you zoom in, sometimes it gives a bad impression or look. Like sometimes the blur, maybe if you wear glasses, it might have blurred the glasses. It doesn't perfectly do it perfectly do it. And now looking at the website, it seems here that Huawei might be one of the first customers for this camera lens. And they say that if Huawei actually does, purchase this camera lens, in bulk, then they might use it for their upcoming P50 series, which is a phone series. Huawei is also a Chinese company, that's a Chinese phone brand. So yeah, the sensor could come in April of this year. And this isn't the first time that someone did like this. I mean, yes, Sony is the first one who has kind of done this, perfected this and replicated this. But Panasonic did this. They're kind of close with the Lumix CCM1, which was like the camera back in the day in like the 1970s. It looked pretty old, but yeah, they did. I think they did it with that. So yeah. So what are your thoughts about this new 1-inch camera that I'm talking about?
Did you send the link?
No, I have not sent the link, but I will send it right now.
Okay, thanks.
Yep, so you guys can look at it. I sent you the link so you can take a look at the story.
All right.
Yep. Yes, he's shown it reportedly preparing first 1-inch camera sensor. Huawei might be, the sensor could arrive in April. This is what we are, this is the information that we have right here. And it's called the IMX 800, this camera series, and, the 1-inch sensor. I mean, the thing is, Sony making these camera sensors could be the start of, the bulk production of these camera sensors in the future to be used in future smartphones. Like, if Huawei is going to use it in the P50 series, and then maybe if it's successful, people like it on that phone, then in the future, like maybe 6 years down the road, other companies, maybe like Apple, will start implementing those good features, good cameras into their smartphones to improve it. Right? Don't you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, where do you think that this 1-inch camera sensor could be implemented in the future?
It could be like implemented in like movie production, like some movies use like phones or drones to like capture scenes that are like not possible by bulky cameras. So this might make the quality better.
I mean, yeah, that's a great thought. The bokeh, the blur effect in the movies. it sometimes, it is off, but yeah, it could definitely be helped to improve
I think
in
it'll be
that
very good for like
industry.
portability as well, like moving it. Yeah, what the other guy said, just like moving it
Hmm.
around. You can take it places where you can't take traditional cameras or whatever you want, or video, what suits you now.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen the final product. People haven't tested it. We haven't seen the quality. We're not. We're just hearing this, just like words from the book saying that it's good. But we actually have to see how good it really is.
It's very good for their cameras, or they're not. I mean, they're good, but I mean, I don't know how good they are. But I think they're quite good for cameras, so it should be pretty good.
I mean, yeah. Nowadays, when I just go around, I don't see many photographers using
You
Sony
don't, do you
cameras. I
now?
mean, there are a couple people, but it's very rare. I see most people using Canon cameras
Or
or
Nikon, Nikon.
there's this Nikon cameras. Those two are like very popular brands. Even also, my family uses a Canon camera, and I actually pretty much like that. Okay, so moving on to the next story, this time we're not going to talk, pretty much, tech. We're going to move on to a flashing news story, um, that was caused indirectly by COVID. Now, you guys, so you all know where India is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in South India, towards, I think, I'm not sure where exactly this was, but a mother and a father both have killed their, 26-year-old daughters, which was what, and you want to know how they did it?
How?
They actually did it because they were they pujas that we all do. Well, us.
Yeah.
I mean, they were, the mother and the father. They were doing a puja to the god Shiva, and they were just doing it for hours and hours a day. I mean, I'm reading the article here, and neighbors were saying that they rarely even saw them outside. They're all the time inside. They've been just doing these, rituals, Indian rituals, Hindu rituals inside, and you know they do that all day, every day. And we know one time they were doing a Hindu ritual for so long. You know what happened?
What?
They got into a trance, and during this trance, we don't know how, but they killed their daughter. Most of the we don't know where the father was. The mother was still there, so most of the blame was put on the mother because of what she did. So, and yeah, accused of killing daughters, saying she is the Hindu deity Shiva. So she was so much in the trance of worshiping Shiva that she just thought that like he came into her and like he is now Shiva. You know that's why that we have to be careful of these types of people, like who are in trance and who do these types of things. And um and then after the police had come to their house, there was like this video I watched a while ago. I mean, this happened in January, but when the police came to her house, they were like, open the door. They pulled her out. They wanted to do COVID testing on her, because just to test her like before they take her to the police station and stuff like that. She's like, no, I don't need COVID-19 testing. Then she started blabbering about how COVID-19 didn't come from Wuhan, China, that it actually came from her, because she is Shiva. She was in like anger. She created this coronavirus. So Yeah, it's pretty crazy story here. She killed two daughters. One of the daughters was 27 years old. One of the daughters was 22 years old. Police found the battered and bloodied bodies of the two girls. Oh, oh, that's pretty disturbing. I won't really say that, but police found several telltale marks of religious rituals in the house, suggesting that the double murder was related to some superstitious beliefs. The heads of oh okay. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. That's pretty disturbing. This is really disturbing. Yeah, so yeah, that's just the main part of the story. The main moral of the story is, you know, don't get into these kinds of trances, and if you see someone is in danger, report to the police, help them, and just avoid them from maybe doing things like this. She also it says here she also claimed that COVID-19 would go away in March on its own. Like like, oh god. Okay. Okay, so yeah, the whole story is pretty sad actually, how this all happened. So yeah, really just I just wanted to include that story because of how bad stuff like that can happen, and why we should avoid it. And so yeah, you guys have any thoughts about this?
Yeah, like if you notice someone that's like acting unusual, then like first of all, like figure out what their not really what their background is, but like how they're usually doing, like what they usually do every day, and how their mood is, and then like I guess you can get them the help they need if they need if they have some issues and need some help.
I mean, yeah, if they're in the house all the day, if they're in the house all the time, like, shouldn't someone be concerned? And only the daughters are coming out, to go shopping or do whatever they want to do, and they're just stuck in the house all the time. Like, even before COVID, like as if there was COVID in 2019, they're just like quarantining themselves all the time. Even I can't, that stay that long inside the house. So yeah. Okay, moving on to the next story. We also have a story about India, but a little bit more, not as disturbing as what I was just talking about. But I just had to say that I wanted to warn you about the danger that can happen in our modern day world, our modern day society. So, yeah. So next story I have here is India tightens regulatory grip on Facebook and WhatsApp, and they have new rules. See what these new rules are that they put in. So basically, this is what India wants to do. Like, by putting these rules on, a bunch of social media apps, they want to control India's social media. Similar things like this are occurring in China, where government officials are worried more about social media. Like, during COVID times, I mean, it's been more of a problem for these governments, and it's coming up a lot. Like, India recently just banned, like, last year, I think, they banned like 62 Chinese applications, which is like 62 social media applications in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they actually did unblock TikTok, which was blocked for a while in India. So yeah, social media firms should be. This is what the Minister for Information Technology in India says. Social media firms should be more responsible and accountable, the Minister for Information Technology told reporters in the outline of the rules. Big social media firms will be obliged to remove content within 36 hours of receiving a legal order according to the rules. The government also said companies need to assist in probes or other cybersecurity-related incidents within 72 hours of receiving a request. So, like, stuff like that they're worrying about that they want to, help. Facebook said it welcomed rules that prescribe ways to address challenges on the web. The details of rules like these matter, and we have to carefully study the new rules, it said in a statement. Facebook-owned WhatsApp declined to comment. A Twitter spokesman said the company would study the guidelines and look forward to continued engagement with the Indian government. So we believe the regulation is beneficial when it safeguards citizens' fundamental rights and reinforces online freedoms. So this is all about giving people the freedom, securing kids online when they're on social media and other stuff like that they are more worried about, and they want to censor and restrict more. So yeah, and lots of people are worried, just saying like, if their apps get banned, social media apps get banned, then they can't use them, and then they'll be like, I'm missing up on the updates and blah blah blah, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not sure why. Why do you think China and India are, putting so much pressure, trying to do this, like, increase social media cybersecurity, make sure no one is spying on them using social media apps, and just putting a lot of pressure on this topic only, while in the USA, United States of America, we have seen maybe a little bit of focus towards this topic, but the government doesn't really care that much about cybersecurity and stuff like that as much as India and China are. Why do you think that we America isn't doing that as much as China and India are?
Probably because like India and China, if you combine both of their populations, it's basically like half of the world's population. So like more people could mean like more hackers and more hackers and stuff like that. So that's probably why they're doing like enforcing such laws and regulations. So
Yeah, and
I think that's true.
And also, they probably don't want like the same thing happening to what happened in the U.S. with like Donald Trump and Twitter, and like the White House thing.
Yes. Abby, you might want to come closer to your microphone so we can hear you a bit more.
Sorry, my phone's charging, so.
Oh, that's all right. Okay, so next we are going to go to a Tesla story I have here. Excuse me. So, Tesla's Elon Musk says U.S. factories are closed for 2 days due to parts shortages. So they actually stopped a couple production lines in California of Tesla, because they have incurred some loss, which probably resulted in the stock market going down, I think. Yeah. So you're probably wondering what's going on. Why the Tesla production line has halted, in making of the cars. I think the primary reason this occurred is because of the downfall of the Tesla stock, which is rising for quite a while. Like it was really rising. Like it was around what it was today. Last year, like $500. I mean, it was like $300-$400. I mean, you saw the Tesla stock, right? Since last year, it's been rising and rising and rising. It almost hit $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're really popular. So and then it started dropping all of a sudden. It went from $800 to $600, and then $800 to $600 in 2 months. Like right now, the Tesla stock is. Let's search it up. Stuff. Right now, the Tesla stock is $597. I mean, they had
that much in like 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. Why it dropped that much in like 2 months. I mean, they had. 2 months. 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 2 months.
In 2 months, yeah, they were almost at $1,000. They were at $900. Then they dropped all the way down to $600. I'm not sure why. Maybe because of this, maybe not. It was 510 yesterday. Last time I checked. It is up back
I thought Tesla
to
was like indestructible
597.
and that they could do anything.
Yeah, and then it started. Tesla, its stock started dropping all of a sudden. From November to now. But there are some other reasons as well. Like, I think it might not just have been the stock market downfall. I mean, shares of Tesla fell 8% during the day after Bloomberg reported the production of Tesla's less expensive Model 3 to have been temporarily suspended. And then some people were wondering, there's questions rising about whether it had enough supplies to keep the assembly line moving. So several automakers were hit by the shortage of chips, forcing them to scale down production. Like chips meaning, I think, maybe processors, I'm not sure. Excuse me. Fremont shut down for the past 2 days because, this is all because of parts shortages. I mean, because of parts shortages, then their stock probably went down, and then that's probably why they had to halt production here. A person with knowledge of the situation told Reuters that at least some workers had been told they could take off Wednesday and Thursday, while another person said some employee parking lots appeared to have fewer people than usual on Thursday. Electric quoted Musk was telling employees that the production of the Model 3 and the Model Y small SUV would speed up to full production over the next few days. But they said, we are experiencing some part supply issues, so we took the opportunity to bring Fremont down for a few days to do equipment upgrades and maintenance, Musk said in an employee email according to Electric. Musk also said the company was scaling up production of its more expensive Model S and Model X lines, which would soon go back to 2 shifts, he said according to Electric. The company could not be immediately reached for comment. Tesla said last month that it might face a temporary impact from a global semiconductor shortage and logistics disruptions at ports. This is a very industry-wide problem rather than anything Tesla-specific, but this episode provides a very useful reminder that electric vehicle manufacturing is subject to periodic supply chain bottlenecks, whether related to chips or batteries or other components, Raymond James analyst Pavel Molchanov said by email. Samsung also said that while it supplies chips that control self-driving vehicle capability to Tesla, last week it had also suspended its factory in Austin, Texas, due to the winter storms they're having that, caused power outages. The Tesla chips were made in the Texas factory, the automaker said 2 years ago. Samsung declined to identify its customers for the factory. It was unclear how much volume or revenue Tesla would lose due to the production halt. The Fremont plant has an annual production capacity of 500,000 Model 3 S's and Model Ys combined. Tesla last week reduced the price of its cheaper variants of the Model 3 and the Model Y, the latest in a series of price cuts at a time when legacy automakers are trying to fight back with the new models. So yeah, that's what's happening here. That's probably why Tesla, stopped. The stock dropped. They had supply shortage. They had supply shortage. So yeah, I mean, this supply shortage, it's pretty bad timing for Tesla, but it is what it is. Companies incur loss. They have
It's a bad
supply
thing.
shortages.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, yep, anything can happen. I mean, this also affects stock investors and holders, as well as other people
Heavily
who are
invested in Tesla, yeah.
active in the stock market. Yep. Since they lose money, which is bad luck, for me. I mean, I use a big stock investing app. It's not real, but I have incurred some loss due to the downfall of the Tesla stock. and other people who have invested real money in Tesla would have lost money too. So, I mean, yeah, the stock market has seen a degradation in stock value these past couple of months, and some people are saying that there might be a market crash, but I'm not really sure whether we're gonna have a market crash or not. And I'm afraid that if it continues, like the stocks keep on going down, and if it does continue, I mean, we may experience a stock market crash, which would be the best time to buy stocks if it is your first time. So, like, if you never invested in stocks, we had a stock market crash, you were thinking about it for a while, like, when is the stocks going to go down? When are they going to go up? This around this time would probably be a good time for you to, go invest in stocks because stocks are going even more down, and then if they hit a stock market crash, then you have the stocks, then the stocks are going to go zooming back up. Tesla, how high Tesla went, right? Tesla is, I'm definitely sure, Tesla stock is going to go all the way back up again, and then you are going to make that profit. I mean, GME has surprisingly been doing well, and I bought a couple of stocks, and in a week, all those stock values for me, all the stock values combined together increased 50%, which resulted in me getting $1,000 profit. And if you didn't know which company GME is, it's GameStop, which they have been in the news a lot, and they have been a very controversial company with stocks and everything. I mean, their stock value only raised 3%, like, per share, but I got like 50 shares, and then I sold them. That's why I got like that $1,000 profit. Do any of you invest in stocks or plan to invest in stocks in the future?
Yeah, I don't currently invest in stocks, but I plan to invest in the future.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna invest in the
Yeah,
future
because
too.
nice. I mean, stocks every day. You got to look at the market. You got to see which stocks went up, which stocks went down. You got to properly predict, based on what the company does, their products that they release, their services, how popular they are, their success rate. Based on all these factors,
any stocks.
every day you've got to look at them.
I wouldn't trust myself
What'd
doing
you say, Robert?
any stocks just because of the risk of losing all your money in it. Oh.
I mean, yeah, the fear of taking that risk. I mean, it's life. You got to go take risks.
You got to spend
And the
money
fear
to
of
make money,
losing
don't they?
of losing money. I mean, yeah, that's an awesome a phrase that you said that right there. You got to spend money to make money. If you're starting a business, you got to invest money. If you don't want to invest any money, you're not gonna make any money. So same thing here in stocks. It's like if you want to go invest in stocks, you got to go take that risk. And if you lose money, you lose money. If you gain money, you gain money. Like, you need to first step. And if you have that fear of losing money and you never get started, you will never get started, and you'll never be successful in your financial career. So yeah. I mean, yeah, stocks, I agree with what you said, Robert. It's kind of like, it's a gamble. It's kind of like gambling. So, one way you might gain lots of money, you might, earn lots of money due to the increase of the stock market and the stocks, or you might lose a lot of money because of the downfall of, the stocks. So, it's just which way the market goes. And some people, they've like my father's friends, they have invested in stocks like Tesla stock, Amazon stock. They buy a bunch of those stocks, like maybe per share. Amazon stock per share is $3,000. They buy like 50 stocks and they invest $50,000. I mean, they bought like 50 stocks when it was $100. They holded that stock for a couple months. Now, because of the success rate of Amazon, it all the way went up to $3,000 because they bought the stock per share $100. They're selling the stock per share $3,000. You can see they are getting like millions of dollars in profit right there. So, sometimes you can get lucky with stocks. Sometimes, sometimes you don't get lucky with stocks. It's what it is. That's the stock market. But you can also be good in investing in dividend stocks. Dividend stocks are where a company partitions a part of their profit to stock investors and shareholders. So like if you invest in dividend stocks, like companies who partition the most percentage of their profit, you want to invest in. Like, some people, like, it's not very much because, there's so many people investing in stocks around the world. They're not going to, pay you like $100, per dividend stock that you hold. But like if you hold like one dividend stock, you might get like $6 per year. If the company $6 or $7, maybe $10, that company has a high percentage, of dividend stock partition. That's also a good thing to invest in. Like I saw this guy somewhere, in a lot of dividend stocks. He had like 20 or 30 companies on the list. Because of how much he invested, he got he gets $80 per year. But sometimes the company would not partition that much percentage. Year to year, the percentage of their profits change, and year to year, how much money you get changes. Like, for example, 1 year it might be 4%, 1 year it might be 6%. It all depends on the market change and the success rate of the companies. So yeah, that's a little bit about stocks and Tesla, what happened there with GameStop and Tesla, and why the Tesla production has halted right there. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is an Apple story. So basically there was this TikTok on TikTok that was really popular because apparently they revealed an iPhone hack, which was not really an iPhone hack. So let's take a look here. So as some of us may know, sometimes there will be random Apple hacks or tricks that none of us even know about, and then someone finds it out, and then randomly out of nowhere it starts trending on TikTok. This is one of those, and there are some people that go and see it, and they're like, seriously, that feature went viral, and then that's a simple trick I already know how to do, amateurs. One funny and questionable thing about this hack is that it happens on an iPad and on an iPhone, not on an iPhone, even though they specifically said that it happens on an iPhone. There were some people commenting on the video saying that whatever was demonstrated in the video was not a hack. And then they started asking the creator if they knew what a hack even was. And then they were correct, since whatever they showed in the video was a feature and not a hack. They put life hack in the title, which obviously is one of the reasons it might have gone viral in the first place. Because when you say hack, it's like it's a new thing that you never heard before, and it's something that is supposed to be like a secret. People are doing these kinds of things just to get the views and go viral on this popular app. So I'm going to go and send the link to you all so you can watch this video and see what this little iPhone hack is that you may or may have not known about. So, let me get the link. Coming up with the link right here. Where? Copy this bad boy. Copy. Let's second here. Okay, so I have sent you the link. You can go take a look at it. Did you all receive the link?
Oh, we got it.
I couldn't hear
We got the
anything.
Tesla link.
My connection just dropped or something.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I've got it all
That's a
now.
Tesla link. VGR. Okay, I sent you the correct link this time. Did you receive the correct link?
Oh yes, I got the new links here, thank you.
It's the latest link. Yeah, you can watch the video that's like hacked. He's like, I'll bet you all didn't know how y'all could do this.
I bet y'all didn't know y'all could do this.
So basically, all he did was he took the apps and then he holded all those apps and then he went on the other page and then he dropped them. That's basically all he did. He got 60,000 likes because of that, 1,044 comments, and 2,765 shares because of that little thing. Oh my god. So the person, so yeah, these are all the apps that the person wants to move. They just go to the next page and drop them in there. I mean, it's useful for people who use an iOS device and are on a recent version of iOS, but is this really a life hack? Do you think this is really
I mean,
a
it can
life
be
hack?
really helpful in organizing your
let me
screen, because personally I've tried to organize it and it took so many tries just to move individual apps correct spot that I wanted them in.
I mean, yeah, that is good, but like, let me ask you this. Has your life been hacked? Yes? No? Maybe so? Maybe so? I mean, this isn't, you know, like a life hack, right? This is not like your life has not been
Yeah,
hacked.
it's not that
no.
much of a life hack.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Not that interesting.
yeah, that. That's the message I'm trying to convey. Anyway, that's the Apple tip of the day for you all. All right, next story we are going on here. So have you guys ever heard of robotic dogs? You know, right? They might be common or might have never heard about them.
Yes, when they do. Yeah, I think so.
Do you know the robotic dog named
Spot
Spot? Spot is the name. Spot is a robotic dog produced by Boston Dynamics. I think I know they made the first prototype / version of him back in 2014 or 2015, but excuse me, he has improved since then and is now being used in the public. This robotic dog in New York was painted blue and is now being used in the NYPD. Some people on the streets of New York spotted Spot. See what he did there? See what he did there? I mean, this robotic dog is aiding the police in some home invasions. Now, after hearing this news, some people may say this is the beginning of the end of the world. Like, you know, oh my god, robotic dogs are helping the police. Now they're gonna start malfunctioning. They're gonna be evil, and they're gonna take over human civilization. Some people might be afraid, but like, there's no need to be afraid. Like, this might not be the start of the beginning. This might be the start of the beginning of a, new age of robotic inventions, robotic aiding of humans. Like, they might not take over the world. Now, well, of course these dogs are robots and they don't have any sort of emotions, but just imagine a swarm of these dogs coming at you. For me, that's gonna scare the heck out of me. Like, what are these robot dogs gonna do to me, and how am I gonna stop them in their tracks? If I throw a stick at them, they won't get scared and run away like some dogs. If I flash a light at them and try to direct them out of my path, they won't even do that because they don't have eyes or like light sensors or whatever. They don't even have any eyes to get or lights to get confused by the lights. Now, the even more scary thing is that the police have decided to use these robotic dogs in substitution of real dogs. So, for example, if a real dog cannot be used due to their condition, they're sick, they are going to the veterinarian, they have a surgery, no, whatever the heck like that. And, this robotic dog will be used. If you look at a real dog, it's been trained, and it has real life emotions and connections, to us, to humans, with real feelings that have been nurtured by humans for centuries. Dogs, they've been here for so long because of that. We can train them. They're like pets. They're not like wolves. But, it's been trained. Most of the time, they can be controlled and their actions can be predicted. Well, it's different for robotic dogs. Now, looking at the picture of this robotic dog right here, I'm on their website here. It's painted blue. It's called DigiDog. The original name is Spot, but they renamed it to DigiDog. This is a dog walking down the path here in this video. Excuse me. So she's just walking. And it looks kind of creepy, and I'm not sure, what could be started out of this. Now looking at the video here of this robotic dog, it does have a 360-degree camera on its head, which, by the looks of it, looks like it could only be used for surveillance, for surveying the land or something. But maybe if there is a rumor that there's a bomb someplace in the city, it would properly analyze the land and ensure safety for the residents. They are programmed to do, what they have to do, what I just explained. But what if you saw hundreds of them marching on the street in sync, doing what they were programmed to do? You would be scared that if they malfunction, they could hurt you. That's a scary situation to be in, and maybe it really could be the beginning of the end. Who knows, right? These realistic life-like robotic dogs that can carry packages, like big heavy packages, punch you in the face and knock you down. Their strength is, it seems like their programming is perfected, by almost a decade now. If we hit in 3 years, we'll hit a decade. And these programming is really good, but we never know. They're robots. Sometimes we might not be able to understand them. They're a new thing in the market, just invented a couple of decades ago. So while dogs have been here for centuries, robotic dogs and robots in general haven't been here for that long. So yeah. Right now, it's just, the robotic dogs, I think, are only going to be used for surveillance, but, in the future, they could be used for, maybe security dogs replacements, sniffing the bags for, bad stuff, some people might be having, stuff that you are not permitted to have in an airport, or, maybe they might replace, they already do, they replace normal dogs as pets. People are getting robotic dogs instead of real life pet dogs. But because the benefit of the robotic dogs is that apart from acting like real dogs, they can be programmed, so you can ask them to do whatever you want. They don't poop or pee. They don't they save some of the hassle of a real dog. They don't need to be walked. They can get you your drink. You can do whatever you want. You can play around. So because of that, these types of robotic dogs are getting even more popular as robots also increase in popularity and might take over the world, but who knows? like robotic dogs are already being used in restaurants, which have replaced some jobs. So, no, it's kind of a scary thing to imagine and realize, but like this is the future. This is the path we might be going down
Yeah.
on, right? So, yeah. So even like not robots and artificial intelligence kind of go hand in hand because artificial intelligence is what is needed to power the robots. Like, if they aren't intelligent, they aren't, and they're not going to be programmed correctly, they're not going to do, like, be your personal servant or whatever. So, yeah, this is just the beginning. In 50 years, we'll see what we'll be getting, what our new technology will be looking at like. I mean, right now, the latest trend, latest technology is, Bitcoin, um, robots, robotic dogs, cell phones, laptops, smart monitors, smart TVs. That's the generalization of like new technology right now in our generation. But like, 40 years or 60 years down the road, what will that new cool thing be, and how much more advanced are we gonna get? If this, I mean, we have lots of improved things that can be. We have lots of things that can be improved. The electric cars can be improved. Lots of technology can be improved, but like sometimes they can reach their peak. So what is that going to be? That new innovation, that new technology that is going to help improve our lives, make our lives easier. That new invention that might come out, that you might think might come out. Hmm? What do you think could be a new innovation or invention that could come out and make our lives easier? Robert?
Yeah, I'm
Johan?
thinking.
Abby?
Did you say my name?
Maybe like
Oh, sorry. I thought I was hearing things.
Yes, I did.
Oh, what's this?
Well, do you think that there's what kinds of innovations or inventions do you think could come in the next 20 to 40 years that could help improve our lives, make our lives easier, like something that we would have never thought of, we've never seen before, it's never talked about like in the news, maybe just like a random news thing.
maybe like how people go to go on vacation to like the Caribbeans and like on world tours. Like maybe they might go on tours of the solar system or like on Mars or something.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing to imagine. That's a nice prediction, Abby. Yeah, that might occur. I mean, just gonna have to wait and see. If we have tours of the solar system, we would know what outside of our pretty Earth looks like. I mean, one invention that I'm really excited about is the air Ubers. So basically, they're going to make towers of air Ubers. So basically, there's an elevator which you can go up the tower, and then you book the Uber. It's basically a flying car. It'll take you from one tower to your destination tower. So maybe like here in Philly, if you have a tower in Philly, and then you got a tower in Texas, it'll take you from Philly to Texas, but the cost will be a little bit more because you're getting there a little bit faster than driving in a regular car. That was that is a concept right now from Uber that they have released a couple years ago, like in around 2014, I think, or 2016. And if that really happens, I'm really excited to see, that occur and come to life. So, yeah. All right. So the last story of the day here. I'm going to wrap it up. So this is a car story. Like you all like new cars, right? And cool deluxe limited edition cars. Well, this is one of them. So before I start explaining about it, do you peeps think that Rolls Royce is a fancy
Yeah.
car? Fancy and expensive car. Nice. Well, yeah, if you think they're fancy, well, Rolls Royce has just made their car even fancier. Now, the car I'm talking about is called the Phantom Tempest, and they took it completely to another level on this one. They made a limited number of these fancy cars with too many lights, charged a ton of money for this car. All of these cars are now sold, so like these were limited edition, deluxe, pre-order, pre-register, reservation cars. So if you wanted to go buy one, bad luck for you. But it's a pretty cool thing to talk about. Like, the dashboard is pretty cool on this car. It looks very dreamy. It looks very, like we were talking about the solar system before, right? It looks very solar system-y with you've got a picture of the galaxy on the where the what's the sun thing, on the
Like the
top of the car
sunroof?
where you pull it. You guys forget what it's called. Any of you guys know? Yeah, the sunroof. On the sunroof, you've got a whole galaxy. The picture of the Milky Way galaxy. You got lights here, a bunch of lights. You've got a little charging port in the middle of the two seats. In the back. How it's a three-seater in the back. You know how there's three seats in the back of most cars, like not the small sedan
Uh-huh.
cars, but the big ones, big cars. Well, in the middle they have like a little charging port bank thing. I mean, it looks pretty comfy. Looks very premium. You have this little uh AC/heater control thing. I mean, it looks very, very nice. Rolls offers the Tempest champagne chest also, so with hand blown crystal champagne flutes. Let us see. So, this is very cool. Let me search the dashboard part. So the dashboard is one of the really cool parts of this car. The dashboard is called the frozen flow of the time gallery. It is a single billet of black anodized and hand-polished aluminum milled to feature 100 individual columns. Light reflecting off the dash gives a design a ripple and flex effect, even though it's a solid structure. There's plenty of light inside too, with the company reimagining the Starlight headliner, which consists of fiber optic lighting with an intricate bespoke embroidery pattern. It's paired with a pattern of stars in the interior door panels. Rolls created it with hundreds of illuminated perforations. So yeah, all around it's a really good car. So the really cool part about this car is that there's a plaque in the glove compartment that describes the gallery while also hosting an Albert Einstein quotation. The quotation that they put in the glove compartment, in the front of your cars, the big cars, even the sedans, in the passenger seat, you have a compartment which you can open. That's called the glove compartment. You have that.
Yeah.
Have the glove compartment, correct? Yeah. Like sometimes you keep your files in there and stuff like that. The glove compartment quotation by Albert Einstein, listen closely. He says, let me say this again. The distinction between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. That's what he says. That's his quotation that is engraved in the glove compartment. Yeah, this is a pretty nice car, cool car.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think so? Yep. You have any other thoughts about this car? You have any other thoughts about this
Probably
car?
like a
Like
lot of
drive
car
it?
collectors would want this car.
Yeah, I agree. So the whole theme of the card, it looks very spacey. It's denoting stuff from outer space, such as stars and constellations and stuff like that. It does look like a really fancy car. It also has, it has the visual of the galaxy inside the car. So if you want to go see the galaxy, there you go. Here you go. The symbol on the front is the spirit of ecstasy, by the way. I'm not sure if you've seen like TikToks or, videos on it, the spirit of ecstasy, like, people try to steal it.
Oh yeah, is it like the front
Have
thing
any
in
of
the
you
car that
seen
like
that?
can go down and up? Yeah, I've seen like videos of people trying to steal
Yeah,
it.
that thing. Yeah, people.
Yeah, I've seen like
Yeah, and then it's very hard to steal. So that's a symbol on the front of the car. If anyone was wondering, let me go send the link to you because I don't, not just me describing it. I want you to see the actual car and how cool it is. Now, if we are looking, let me try to find if we find a price here. No, I just said a ton of money, but they didn't exactly drop a specific price, for this car. So I don't think I can find the price, but send you all the link. So, send you all the link here. Highlight this red link. Did you get the link that I sent?
I don't think so.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't get it.
I sent it now.
Okay, thanks.
So you take a look at the car there.
The first picture looks so cool.
I know, right? It looks awesome. So after you're looking at the whole car, tell me what you think of it.
Yeah, I find it like kind of cool that there are tables at the back of the seat so you can like I guess eat there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it has
And it
a
does look like a galaxy.
yeah. I think that was their whole goal. And then they had the Rolls Royce, logo on the entire car. It's very cool. Just wonder what the price of this car. It's very premium, very fancy. A car like for a man or businesswoman. I mean, looking at it from the front, you just driving this down on the road on the street. People, you gonna have heads turning your way with this car because how cool looking it is. Even the lights and everything. There's the spirit of ecstasy. And yeah, so that is the Rolls Royce Phantom, and that is our last story of the day in this episode. Before we jump off, thank you for speakers for attending and speaking about these topics, and because it's in my podcast. And a very special thank you to Robert Kester, who is a Patreon supporter. So he got this special opportunity as a special guest to come speak on the show today. And that's pretty much it for the episode. I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my podcast. Also, my YouTube channel is linked down in the description below, as well as my Discord server, where you can ask questions about anything we discuss, or like if you want any links, and like anything we just discussed in general in today's episode. And I'm going to play the outro music, and then we are going to be done. Riley Toon makes the cover art, and and Justin produces the intro / outro music. And again, that's it. Goodbye, everyone.